When we think of the greatest rappers of all time, the list is always dominated by men. However, over the last few years, there's been a new wave of female rappers who have not only infiltrated the top 10 lists, but are breaking records left and right. So the question is, why now? Are females finally being treated equally in hip-hop? Or are these women just products of the industry trying to capitalize off of a trend? This is a Duel of Concepts deep dive. Welcome back to the channel. Female rappers have always existed, but it wasn't until the 2010s that they started blowing up. And I believe this had everything to do with social media. But just because these women are gaining mainstream success doesn't mean that they don't still face any obstacles. And just recently, Ice Spice was heavily scrutinized for her suggestive lyrics and provocative music videos. Yet men like Post Malone and 6ix9ine are praised for doing the exact same thing. And that's not fair. In fact, they're held to a completely different standard than men. Take Megan Thee Stallion, for example. Megan Thee Stallion has been constantly attacked for her image and the way she dresses. So the real question is, are the females finally taking over hip-hop? And the answer is yes and no. I believe that they're finally getting the recognition they deserve. For the first time in history, we have so many female rappers who are killing the game. One thing's for certain though, these women are talented and they deserve to be heard. So make sure to show some love and support to the queens of hip-hop. Even though she's won multiple awards and had numerous chart-topping hits, Meg was criticized for releasing a song with the word "thought" in it. In 2018, there were only 3 female nominees for Best Female Hip-Hop Artist. The majority of the top positions are still dominated by men. And if a female rapper wants to be taken seriously, she's often forced to choose between her sexual appeal and her credibility. But overall, I'm optimistic about the future of female rap. There are so many talented artists who are pushing the boundaries and inspiring the next generation. But in 2023, out of 15 total categories, there were 14 female nominees. And even though this doesn't represent the whole industry, it shows that things are moving in the right direction. For the first time in history, rappers could build their brand online, connect with their fans, and gain popularity without being signed to a label. Females had to cater to the male gaze in order to become successful. But today, artists can focus more on making good music than worrying about what the world thinks of them. And that's why I think they've seen so much success. But within just a few years, Cardi B was able to blow up and become a superstar. She was dominating the charts and breaking records. They quickly picked them up. In fact, Cardi B blew up on social media. First, she gained fame for her Instagram videos where she discussed various topics, including her experiences as a Dominican-American teenager in New York City. And later on, she became a cast member on Love and Hip Hop. This platform allowed her to share her personal life and showcase her quick wit, which garnered millions of followers. Once labels realized this, they immediately offered her deals, and the rest was history. For example, she became the first woman to have 7 singles simultaneously on the Hot Rap Songs chart. And since then, every female rapper I mentioned gained popularity through social media first. Megan Thee Stallion used Instagram and YouTube to upload freestyles and dance videos, which caught the attention of record labels. Rico Nasty started building her fanbase on SoundCloud and Twitter, while Doja Cat initially gained recognition on TikTok with her song Moo. Saweetie rose to prominence after posting a freestyle on Twitter, which went viral. These women understand the power of branding and how to use it to their advantage. They built a connection with their fans and established a distinct style that sets them apart from their male counterparts. Several female rappers have done the same. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, DA Baby, City Girls, Doja Cat, Saweetie, Rico Nasty, Flo, Millie, Lato, Cash Doll, Cupcake, and Malibu Meech, just to name a few. You see, while there were many talented female rappers throughout history, like Roxanne, Queen Latifah, and Lil' Kim, they never reached mainstream success. Not only did they have to deal with the typical struggles of an artist trying to make it, they also had to overcome the extra baggage of being taken seriously in a male-dominated genre. In your opinion, what's the greatest female rap song of all time? When Salt and Peppa dropped their hit single Push It, it became a controversial topic because its lyrics were deemed too sexual. And when Lauryn Hill released Doo-Wop, she was praised for its pro-feminist message. But either way, you see how limiting these messages were for women in rap? They could either be the hypersexualized thugs or the one with the conscious message, but they couldn't do both without being looked down upon. Let me know down below because I personally couldn't even pick one. But before I tell you my pick, I need you to like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos. Now, let's get right back to it. Now, before I explain why I believe the females are finally taking over hip-hop, we got to take a look back at how difficult it was for them to even get here. In fact, if you didn't adhere to the guidelines of what society expected from a woman, then you were viewed as a threat. And although this era helped pave the way for future generations, it was really only until the 2010s that we saw a shift. In fact, during the 2000s, it was actually the opposite. Female rappers were more objectified than ever, and it seemed like we took 2 steps back. But eventually, a handful of artists proved that they could gain popularity with their music alone. The first breakthrough came from Nicki Minaj. But another reason why I believe these artists are doing better is because of their image and branding. And when labels notice these girls gaining traction, and this isn't just a one-off story, and once again, this is something that's relatively new in the industry, so even though these women are breaking records and paving the way, they still have a long way to go. In fact, just look at the BET Hip Hop Awards. But at the same time, I don't think it's a complete takeover yet. So it'll be interesting to see how the industry continues to evolve and whether these women will continue to break barriers. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think of the state of female rap today? Comment that down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. But beyond that, I've been your host. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
Hey guys, this is Rep. If you appreciate the content that we've been uploading, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell. We appreciate your support.